Do you want to be on camera? Come and say hello. Oh. Yeah, this is my baby. This is Thor. He is like the how can I put it, like, I want to say he's like the protector, but that sounds kind of weird. He's like, he likes to check everything. He likes to make sure everything is secure and safe, right? It's been such a long day. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even gonna try to attempt to have like a good accent, because I'm just at that point in the day where I'm like, the achievement is the words coming out of my mouth, okay? It's been a good day. It's been productive. I've done a lot of things, but oh my gosh, we had like construction people over for the roof, and I mean, love, like, they were super nice and everything. Made some bread for them and whatnot, but the hardest part of it all for me was the noise. It's just, I get overstimulated really easily. One of those things where, like, even if I wear my headphones, because it was, I don't know if it was because it was a roof or what, but like, you could feel everything, and I feel like my headphones weren't enough unless I had it like super high, which is also not the point. So yeah, no, it was super rough, honestly. It was like a whole day affair. We're talking like 7 a.m. until like almost 8 p.m. And my head is just like, how do you say, like threatening with a headache. I actually think I have a headache, so I might just take something soon. But I didn't want to waste the evening, because I don't know if it's noticeable, but my camera, she's finally a camera. It's not the potato anymore, which is sad because I like the potato, but this is like an actual vlogging camera, and in order for me to justify the cost of it, I actually have to make videos. So this is me trying to justify the cost of the camera. But yeah, I wanted to do a Read With Me, and I found like the perfect book. I'll be honest, I found it on Kindle, and then I was like, the stuff that was said, I was like, I literally need to record this. Like, this is too good to be true. It is called The Tradwife's Secret. I was like, stop. Like, and she has a pie and everything. So I was just like, in today's day and age where like we are threatened by, you know, like this old patriarchal views of what, you know, home should be like, I was like, this is a real fucking thriller. Like, this is scary, okay? Like, the Tradwife comeback, that's scary to me. I'm terrified, okay? So I was like, this sounds like, I don't know, honestly, I have my thoughts about it all, because I won't lie to you. I think that someone might be like, but hey, you like cooking and like wearing little aprons and stuff like that. I'm like, well, yeah, but I also like having the choice to do whatever the body, you know what I mean? And like, I don't listen to men and stuff like that, or like in that way. So in that way, I'm like very much not a Tradwife, not really religious at all. Not that you have to be religious, but I feel like usually, or at least the way I've seen it portrayed in the US, it's like they're really religious and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, I don't know why that feels like something that I would eat up. Like, the Tradwife's secret, like, what is she doing, you know? Because the little synopsis that they gave to was like, look out, Nara Smith, or something, like someone is coming. And I'm like, okay, get her, you know what I mean? It was weird. So anyways, I thought it would be fun, and as soon as I started reading it, I was like, what in the world is this? Like, this is weird, but like also very real. Like, I am 100% sure that this is how a lot of like the Tradwives, you know, from like Instagram and all these things live their lives. And I'm looking forward to the twist of the thriller. Like, I'm like, okay, does she kill the husband? Maybe she has another husband, or like maybe she's stealing from him. I don't know. I don't know what the twist is yet, and I would be lying to you if I said that I'm not sort of enjoying reading it just because of the thrill, which I guess that's what a thriller is, but like also just the thrill of like what do you mean the Tradwife secret? Like, what do you mean she's recording how to make like yogurt from scratch? You know what I mean? So so far it's interesting. And I thought like, hey, if you don't want to put yourself through it, I can do that. I'll take the burden off you and read this for us, right? So the Tradwife secret, I'm gonna go ahead and start it and just kind of like, if a funny part comes up or if I find something interesting, I'll let you know. Full disclaimer, this is a comfy vlog, okay? I mean, you probably already know, if you've seen my videos, I record like up from below or like just very unflat, like I don't care. This is comfort, okay? So if you're gonna embark on this journey, well, no, on this thing with me, and we're gonna read this, I hope you're comfy too. I hope you're in your sweats and your PJs or whatever. Be naked, I don't know. That's up to you, right? I don't determine what comfort is for you, but I just hope you're comfy, that you have like a drink of choice. Maybe you have this in the background. That's totally fine with me. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. As I said, I did start on the Kindle, but I might just like reread a couple of chapters. We'll see. I do like reading in paperback, so I guess oh, another thing before I leave. So the other thing that I was like, shut up, like come on, it's like they have this kind of style where it's almost like comments, like a fake Instagram or something, and like fake comments, and I'm like, okay, I see you. So they're building this whole like persona. But yeah, let me read to you the little background. It says, a marriage is between two people and their millions of followers. Don't eat that. Okay. A marriage is between two people and their million of followers. Madison March is the perfect wife with the perfect family and the perfect life. She spends her days baking sourdough and picking vegetables from the garden while watching her children play in the fields surrounding her Montana homestead. Dinner is always on the table for her husband, and they end their days sitting on the porch watching the sun go down. It's a life for her 10 million followers street. It's the life her 10. What is up with my English? I am so sorry. That's how done I am, okay? Anyways, it's life that the 10 million followers want. And it's all a lie. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, Madison, like, go ahead. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and I guess I will see you later. Okay, this I will accept. I'm still working on the angles of like where and how I'm gonna record. Your girly here has scoliosis, and honestly, sitting for long periods of time can be painful sometimes, unless I'm like in a very slouchy position, which I've thought about. Like, anyways, long story short, this is like the most comfy reading position for me most of the times because of my back. I know it's not ideal for like the reading setup, but again, this is like we're in the trenches, you know, it's like just you and I in the trenches. Well, you and I and like all the other people that are watching. I hope you don't mind. But yeah, we're like in the trenches, and we're just like trying to read. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put like a little 40-minute timer, so 40 minutos on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading. Also, do people like it more when I like do like little background music while I read, or is it like, no, I don't care, just give me the talk, don't give me the background? You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm on chapter 9 thus far, like before I got started with the paperback. And so what has happened here so far is they tell you who Madison is. You know, yeah, she's like an influencer, just kind of like your typical Tradwife content, you know, like let's make yogurt from scratch, let's make like cereal from scratch, and I'm gonna, look at me cook this chicken from my from my garden, from my, well, yeah, I guess from my garden and from my yard, like, yummy free range eggs or whatever, right? So she's that, but she seems to be very aware that it's all fake and that she's kind of playing the game, right? Because she's married to like a very well-off guy. I already forgot why he's well-off. Like, I can't remember if it's like just generational wealth, or I think it might be like his family's just rich and he's also like a business person or whatever. But he's like he's like a total dick. Like, he's so annoying. He is like, doesn't want to do anything because, he deserves everything, and like have dinner for me ready, just like that type. So yeah, not cool. And he is like total, like, if this was the real world, he would be a Republican, like he would be MAGA, you know what I mean? So they need a nanny, or like they want to homeschool their children, and she wants to find a tutor, like a teacher that her husband doesn't want to fuck, because he's just a man, you know what I mean? And but also she doesn't want someone that's like conservative, so she hires this girl named Callie, and she is like, described as like a liberal or like progressive or whatever, whoa, crazy feminist. So yeah, and that the husband is sort of like, that's not her type. So yeah, but like Callie is sort of shocked because she's like, wait, like, why did they hire me if she knows that like I'm not really like a conservative, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where we're at. And yeah, so I'm gonna go back, see what's up, and I will come and let you know. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. I mean, okay, if you follow me on Threads, you know about the situation, but it reminds me of someone. The thing that happened not long ago, but yeah, that I was like working, and this person just kind of like found ways to like not make it right. And yeah, like she has an assistant, what's her name again? Madison has an assistant, right? She's a big shot influencer, and the assistant does something nice, but she's sort of like, that's not good enough for her. And I feel like, unfortunately, it does make me wonder, like, if in the back of their head, that's how a lot of these people are, like, kind of like narcissists. Not like diagnosed NPD or anything. I'm just saying, like, narcissistic traits. You know what I mean? Because, like, so she does something good, Lori, the assistant, and she's like, because she's not feeling good, Madison, because she has been losing followers or whatever, so she projects her anger or whatever she's feeling onto Lori, and she tells her like, oh, I was gonna do that today, like for a post, I've been waiting for 6 months, but it's all a lie. Like, she's totally making this up just to make the other person feel bad, right? And then Lori's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think. And then like Madison tells her, can you not be a bit more aware of what I need? What? Yeah, can you not be a bit more aware of what I need? And I'm like, dude, what? Like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. It's crazy. So yeah, just like, it definitely reminded me of that situation that I had where it's like, they just kind of expect you to read their minds. And like, I totally get having a vibe where like, it's almost like we can read each other's minds, that kind of thing. But like, sometimes you just catch people in a bad mood, and there's some people that will be able to be self-aware enough to be like, whatever, which I think is most of us, like adults. But then there's the people that are like, I'm having a bad day, so everyone else is gonna have a bad day too. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's Madison. But I just read that and I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, for real. I'd be like, you know, whatever. But okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Just thought I would point that out to like give you an idea of what type of person this Madison person is. Okay, stop. This is why I read this. Okay, so it says like she's not doing good. She's being a total bitch, and even she's like, damn, why am I being such a bitch? It's scary. It can be scary to say no to someone. Not because it's in like, oh, people pleasing mode. I'm talking like genuinely scary. That was like my mom growing up. Like, she was definitely the type of person that like, it was, I'll just leave it at that. Like, the fact that I can't speak, it's one of those things where I'm like, I was scared because of the way she dealt with it emotionally. And there's a lot of people like that out there that don't know how to regulate when they get negative feedback or when they don't get what they want. So, you know, and just judging from like the small interactions we've seen so far, maybe she's one of those. Because, yeah, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, but yeah, she's like, I'm almost 32, soon to have my 5th child. And I'm like, 5th child? Like, what? Yeah, and what if Michael thinks so too and throws me out like he did to Rose? Oh my god, I forgot! Rose was the first wife, so this is wife number 2. Oh, so this is like straight up like conservative, you know, like propaganda. Or not propaganda, but like this is the book you read to get scared, I feel like. Because, yeah, you know, he's like the typical man, like, oh, you know, wants to keep them young and like, oh, none of that feminist bullshit. You know what I mean? So, yikes. Oh, God, just thinking about it. I'm like, no, that would not happen. But yeah, wait. Madison, there's no comparison. Rose is a sour-faced drunk. Damn, okay, Lori, with the punches. You can't blame Michael for wanting to get rid of her. Girl, okay, Lori, now I understand why you're in this position of like someone being this bitchy to you. Lori's not a girl's girl, okay? Lori kisses ass, I think. Oh my god, my battery's dying. Okay, I'm gonna accept Bill says she wasn't like that before. She told me she used to be beautiful, happy, respectable, that she used to look like me. Oh my goodness. Okay, now in chapter 10, I think that's where I left off yesterday. I honestly was like inkling, is that how, I don't know. I honestly was leaning, that's what I was looking for. I was leaning towards not reading it any further. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead. I think what hurts me is that I know, again, that this is like just things that I don't like obviously outright pipeline and all of that. But I want to know what happens. So maybe I should look at the Goodreads. And if, okay, we'll make a pact. If it's below 2 stars, I'm gonna somehow skip until like maybe the last chapter or something. If it's not below 2 stars, then I will continue reading it, okay? So let's do this together. Let's see. You know what's an author that I've never been able to get into? Frida McFadden. Just no. It's a big no for me. What's the name of this? The Tradwives. Okay, well, that was a lot of other concerning books pop up. 3.75. Okay, that seems, and it seems like most are 4 stars. Let's see. Oh no. It's like 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, 4, 3, 4. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Yeah, let's keep going. So I'm gonna read for, I always say I'm gonna read for 40 minutes, but I don't think I even like show the timer. But I'm gonna read, let's do it for 20. because my attention is dwindling. Okay, so 20 minutos and then I'll be back. Or if anything like outrageous happens, like yesterday, I'll come back and tell you all about the crappy things you're saying. Okay. Bye. I literally, this wasn't off for even like 4 minutes. Okay, I'm starting to to like rethink again. So we have like some bad comments about, you know, migrants, which, so that's rough. And then it's like, you know, the father disciplines the girl because like apparently, you know, the sister of the father, of like the child's father, is like some girl boss, you know, and she's like super cool queen, you know, she's like the boss of like a tech company, and she's great. And then she talks about it, and her dad disciplines her because like she talks about like her cousins, and he's like, I cried and he told me off for crying about people who bring about their own downfall. And I'm like, girl, like, okay. Again, I'm struggling because I'm like, okay, when is it happening? Because I'm literally not even 50 pages in and I'm concerned. Okay? I am like, when are we gonna, I need to hear from someone that they know that this is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to see that there is something behind this, or like, is this just some sort of like weird thing? So yeah, it's rough to read. Mind you, I got ads for this on Instagram, and there were pies, and I love pie, and it just sounded very, I was a little, you know, but and I was like, oh, when I say sounds good, I'm like, it sounds weird, it sounds entertaining, like, it's like morbid curiosity, you know what I mean? Plus I thought she was gonna, and maybe she does, maybe she ends up being a killer, who knows? But yeah, but so far I'm like, I don't know if she will, and I'm concerned about that. Like, I don't want to give more of my brain cells, not that there's much right now at least. But yeah, anywho, I'm gonna keep going, and I'll be completely honest with you, I would be lying if I said that I'm not, what's the word, like, not glazing, but like, I'm fast reading, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, okay, and like turning the page. But yeah, but like, okay, literally this page that I, God-fearing American patriots, like, what? Like, excuse me, like, are we okay? You know, is this like a cry for help? Because we can help you, you know? So yeah, I'm concerned, but oh my God, you show those selfish working mothers how much damage they're doing to their kids and country. Like, okay, chill, like, literally. Damage to the country. Okay. God, okay, disgusting. Ooh. Well, it smells a little like, como se dice, misogyny. And just, ugh. So, okay, I'm gonna keep going. Okay, let's make a pact. I'm gonna get to at least 60 pages. Okay. Yeah, I don't like odd numbers. 60. And we'll see how it goes. But I might have to make an executive decision. This is rougher than I expected it. But okay. Bye. Stop. Okay. No, this is too much. I need to hear, I'm kind of curious to hear an interview with the author, because I'm just like, I need to check on you. So they're having like a homeschool lesson with the children, and the teacher that's like liberal and progressive and stuff, she's talking about like the American states. And then he's like, oh, I know them, you know, and he says Montana, Idaho, like he knows these, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah. And then the teacher is like, oh, those are the western states, you know. I mean, I'm assuming it's true, you know. I'm not American, so I actually wouldn't, I mean, not that you have to be, but you get what I mean. Anyways, nah, they're the red states, the real red states that you can always count on. Like, I'm gonna need you to stop right there, Joe Rogan. Like, mini Joe Rogan. Like, no. Again, I'm like, this is succeeding in its thriller qualities that I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm like, what's happening? I feel unsettled. So, also, it just makes me wonder again. I'm like, if I was I'm like, the dirty word, you know? I'm like, would I be eating this up? Would I be like, yeah, you know? It's just weird. Oh my God. So, yeah. Ugh. Anyways, everything okay? I see. I heard most of America will be voting Republican this time. Okay. That's okay. So the mom just walked in to like help them with the lesson. I'm hoping, because I mean, she hired her. And when she hired her, she's talked about the fact that she was progressive. But I'm like, okay, either this woman, sorry, my cat, like, either this woman is gonna try to, like, I guess, like, is the point, oh yeah, like, let's get revenge on the liberals, or is it like, oh, I need help, I need an out, like, please teach my children. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? This is, I'm sure I'll be back soon, okay? So, don't miss me too much. Okay, it's me. I'm back. Okay. I might keep reading. I think that what is it? I know there's a saying like the needle just dropped or the ball just dropped. I don't know. Anyways, I'm in chapter 14, page 66. And I forgot about there's like a third no. I think that, so no, it's 3 points of view so far. It's Callie, the teacher, then Madison, the influencer, and I forgot there's a third one, or maybe I hadn't. I don't know. Anyway, no, I had already been through it. The third one is this woman called Brianna, and she and like her and her husband moved to like rural area or whatever, because they want to do homesteading. Like they're kind of like the other end. They're the audience, right? And they're the ones being influenced, and she moves to the rural area with her husband and they're doing homestead, but she is like really taking it seriously, you know? So like for Madison it seems like it's her business, right? Her brand. Then like sure she believes in it, but it's more of like a this is how I make my money, so I have to say like, oh yes, you know, I do all the wifely duties, but she has like 4 people working for her. You know what I mean? And then Brianna is like, oh man, like this is the real deal. This is what I aspire to be, right? And I forgot about her. And you know, she's having a real hard time because her husband sucks. All the husbands suck here, just letting you know. All the men here are terrible. But yeah, so I forgot she was even part of the story, and she's sending messages to Madison several times on Instagram. You know, and like the last one that she sent her was like, hey, it's Brianna. I watched your reel again and I wanted to say thank you for reminding me because you're right. A woman should submit to their man. And I'm like, okay. So I'm assuming Madison was talking about like submitting or whatever. And then the message from Brianna keeps going. I love mine very much, but sometimes I forget that he knows best. Okay? Have you ever gone against Michael's wishes? Or kept things secret from him? I know you're so famous now, but I really appreciate you messaging me back. So apparently Brianna has been messaging her like nonstop. And I guess I'm gonna find out whether she like replies or not, so I'll let you know. But now I'm like, is Brianna gonna be like a stalker? Cause like, okay, here's the thing. I think I have to remind myself that I am, and since my last checkup or check-in, I have sort of like read a little bit more, and I'm reminding myself that like the author is trying to portray what these quote unquote like Tradwife influencers are like. And I mean, yeah, they're trying to sell you this idea, this propaganda that like, oh, this is the way it should be, but what is it, rules for thee, not for me? So I mean, I guess the fact that she's making me really upset is kind of like a nod to the fact that it's good. You know what I mean? but then yeah, it talks about like, I think she was talking about something, and then the comments were like, oh, you're a pointy hat, white hat, pointy member. And that she was all these things, and she was talking about like, I'm not part of that, and I'm like, but you are, right? So it's interesting, honestly, because I don't sympathize with those type of people. I never really think about like, oh yeah, you're right, like this is what they see and what they read. But I guess we're seeing it here now, of like reminding you that they are people, and just how easy people jump on them. Again, I do not sympathize with them, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, so I guess we'll see. But okay, I'm back on it. I'm hooked. It's a Friday night. You might be asking yourself, are you gonna do something else? Like, shouldn't you be having fun? No, I'm almost 30, okay? So I stay home and I read or watch movies. But yeah, I think I am kind of tempted to go to Goodwill, because about a month ago, there was this beautiful, gorgeous secretary desk. And I was gonna buy it. I was. But I was like, you know what? No. I'm gonna be here tomorrow. Because whatever, right? It was really crowded. It wasn't there anymore. I keep looking on Facebook Marketplace, but they're so expensive, like $100, $150, because the one I saw in Goodwill was like $29. So a part of me is like, should I go to Goodwill, see if I can find anything good? But also I'm comfy, and I don't want to drive. I think it's the thing, I don't want to drive, but I also don't want to like go with my husband. So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna check when Goodwill closes. But yeah, again, captured again. Let you know if anything cool happens. Okay, another juicy, I guess. Again, for me, thrillers are, it's like drama, right? So if you like drama, which like I do, if I'm honest, but like I just have a hard time getting into them. It's like a certain type of drama, I would say. So yeah, like drama is happening. So the Madison, the influencer, she goes like, does her hair, and her current husband has an ex-wife, because he had a midlife crisis or whatever. He's a horrible person, and he divorces the old wife. The old wife becomes like an alcoholic, is really going through it, right? And Madison worries that now that she's getting older, that's gonna happen to her. But anyway, so she goes and does her hair, and then she goes to the bar that she knows the ex-wife is gonna be at, and she sits with her. And yeah, I'm just like, okay, Miss Bold. Absolutely, Michael is a wonderful man. Like, girl, no, shut the fuck up. Like, your man was horrible to her. Wait, no. Okay, is this... Because then the other woman says, she releases an almost silent laugh. Yes, he is. She says, ew, like, no. This is, I guess, what's hard for me. And this is, like, I guess, trigger warning, or like whatever. No, not trigger warning, but like, maybe I'm gonna open up about my own experience growing up. Like, my mom, unfortunately, I think like a lot of other women, that person, like the man could do anything and she would still, just be like starstruck. You know what I mean? To this day. So I'm always like, oh man, I feel so just, it feels crappy to know that that's a thing. I mean, I guess it happens for men too. I don't know. I feel like, obviously I'm not a guy, so I haven't really read that much from that point of view. But yeah, anyways. Oh, okay. I'm glad she's like, until he isn't. We're different, you and me. Okay. So they're just talking with each other, and Rose is kind of telling her, like, girl, be careful, because, like, he's gonna dump you. I used to look like you. And then Madison's like, no, Rose, like, I know how to take care of my husband and whatever. And I'm like, girl, of course you knew what she was gonna say. Like, why the fuck would you just, like, go and talk to her if you ate. I mean, I know it's all part of the plot, but I'm just like, girl, really don't like this girl. But okay, I'll talk to you later again. Well, and obviously, so now I'm on the Callie chapter, which is like the person they hired to be like the teacher. The freaking Michael is the husband guy, and he's trying to like hit on her. Like, this guy looks so pretty, you know, there's nothing like Montana night sky, you really need to see it. And I'm like, dude, you're gross, you're slimy. But yeah, no, the bed pull my Uggs. Oh my god, and she goes. Okay, it seems like he's like kind of crowding her though, so like maybe she didn't have another way out. I guess I said I'm kind of like glazing over some of these things because they're also like things that make me nervous. But we're sewing a room to the city. Okay. How about I get us a glass of wine, Michael says. Then we can sit by the fire and take it all in. Yeah, sure. Girl, that's why I have a taser. That's why I have a personal alarm. Like, no, nope. Oh, yeah, no. By the time Michael returns, oh my god, no, I'm scared now. Nothing has been said, but like, so he brings some wine, but I'm like, what if he, you know, I wouldn't put it past him. Let's just say that. And so he's starting to like give her crap because she's from Boston, which is very progressive. You know, we always had tutors come from states closer to home, Utah and Idaho. Wait, oh my god, I'm glad Madison hired you. Something about God's work. Okay, that's over. Okay, now this is Brianna, the next chapter. That's okay, I feel for her. I feel for her because, like, again, I think I had a bad relationship in my early adulthood with someone way older than me. And I bought a lot. You're just young and impressionable sometimes. I didn't really have, when I say I didn't have a family, I don't mean as in like I didn't have cousins or whatever, because I am actually really close with my family, but both my parents were not very caring, let's just put it that way. So I didn't really have any of that, like anyone to care for me. I just realized my window's open. So it was really easy to fall victim to all these things. And look, I'm not saying that like, oh, you shouldn't want to feel taken care of or cared for, blah blah blah. It's just, obviously there's some people that are seeking that are seeking vulnerable people to really screw over and like just mold them. That's all I'm gonna say, like mold them to their perfect little beings. So I feel like that's why I feel for this girl. We haven't read so much about her perspective because it seems like she's not super into it. You know what I mean? Like she's kind of like, yeah, no, this sucks. Like this is shit. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see. We'll see where she goes, but yikes. Okay. Well, this is a turn of events. I'm still in the Brianna chapter, but she apparently has a Tumblr. You know, girl made a Tumblr, and she was cutting some fish or something, and like she gets nauseous, which like understandable, I guess. But then she's like, her little Tumblr post is like, my body shape has changed. My hair is always crazy from the wind, and I haven't had a period in ages. Okay, so I'm like, when you say your body has changed and you have no periods, like, do you mean you've like gained weight or like noticed like anything different, or as in like, oh, I'm malnourished and like my hair is crazy? Do you know what I mean? And because I know that can also happen if you're not properly eating, which I also know there's like other things like stress and whatnot. Okay, maybe I look too into it, but I'm just, again, because this is a thriller and it still hasn't, the ball hasn't dropped, I'm like, what is it? Is she gonna be pregnant and then like escape, or I don't know. I'm just looking for it everywhere. Okay, so that's done. Now we're on to Madison. Okay, I think we're onto something. So I do think Brianna is gonna be like something, because so Madison goes to like an event or something and it sucks, and she opens her Instagram again and there's another message from Brianna that's like, why don't you ever message me back, Madison? Do you think you're too good for me? Is that it? Or are you scared that you might spill a secret? Is your perfect life really a lie? So Brianna knows something's up, I think. Or is just taunting her, obviously. But yes, I guess I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see the thrill, the thrill of the thriller. So, yeah, I don't know if you needed that update, but just letting you know that, hey, like, doesn't suck, Okay, hi, it's me again. Sorry, I'm too comfortable in this position. So, the plot thickens, okay? So you have Lori, which is kind of like her personal assistant. Lori and Madison are chatting, and maybe it was mentioned, but I don't remember. They're like, maybe we should go home. So I guess they like grew up together or something. And then Madison is like, I've been getting these messages needing to change the subject. Oh, from someone on Instagram who called herself Brianna Wyoming. Lori's face pales. What do the messages say? And then Madison tells her, like, she's persistent. Last night, she pretty much accused me of lying. And then Lori says, have you seen a picture of her? I can hear the weight behind her question. No, that's Madison. Her profile picture is a pine tree, but of course it's not the same Brianna. That would be impossible. So I'm gonna assume it's the same Brianna, okay? Just between you and I, it's that one. It's the same girl, okay? It says, do you know that Bill caught someone outside the homestead, like outside their home? Seems like nothing else is said, but I'll let you know if we get more info. I guess, okay, hold up. I'm gonna turn to the next page, because if it's like right there, I'm gonna feel bad for not saying. Content last week. No, she won some prize for like influencer, and her husband is upset. Truly Madison, major highlight. It's like my phone. Yeah, no, nothing about Brianna. But the next chapter 22, is Brianna, so I guess we'll see.
The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...